events 2024, so even the general needs to let loose a little bit. Here we are in beautiful Singapore Booyah. Let's go take a dip in this magnificent pool. God bless, and Jesus Christ, of course, is King. 1000X. Last time I was here was in 2018. I met with billionaire Jim Rogers. Jim Rogers, for those of you that don't know, worked with the Quantum Fund, one of the most important financial funds in the world. He and George Soros, I mean, honestly, they're the biggest ballers ever in financial history. George Soros, who I don't like, obviously shorted the British pound right before the collapse of the UK. And I think our most important conversations that I had with Jim were off camera. They actually weren't on camera, they were off camera. Now, several years later, we're in economic collapse. Bitcoin is trading not just at 1,000 USD, it's at 60,000, so it's done a 60x. And here I am, back, Singapore Booyah, traveling all over Southeast Asia, of course, on our travails, not just to Tokyo, Thailand, Singapore, Hawaii, Park City, but now on our way to multiple other destinations as we expand the portfolio during World War III. And I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about how important what we're doing at islandproject.com is, because nowhere in the world is truly free anymore. You know, when you travel to different countries, you got to fill out all kinds of visa requirements, there's travel restrictions, there's levies, there are fees, surveillance, iris scans, fingerprint scans, all of which, by the way, the general doesn't comply to. But this is why we're building seasteads, essentially worldwide. This is why the general, along with Papa John, 1000X, has built islandproject.com, because we are a decentralized sub-economy, parallel economy for freedom and liberty that's never been created before. Because if governments can't figure it out, we'll build our own government, ladies and gentlemen. So check this out. I just want to show you Asia for a minute. Look at this, ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at all these people. So what you're looking at behind me is not only a massive financial district, there's tons of money here, by the way. It's one of the reasons why I'm planning a satellite in Singapore. So islandproject.com announcements are coming soon. We'll have a satellite for all members, not just for business, but also for luxury. Because again, expanding minds are looking towards the future. When I was buying Bitcoin at under 1,000, people didn't understand it, they didn't get it. They didn't know what blockchain was, and so we're always 1000x diamond nuts ahead of the curve, way before everybody else, when it seems crazy. So the future of money and technology is not just Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, but it's decentralized sub-economies like islandproject.com. So what we're doing is so unique, because obviously we're not only a no bank debt investment, but we're tokenizing the asset class. We're building a blockchain on top of it during World War III, and we're changing the ball game of what it means to own real assets. We're changing the ball game of ownership of the best assets in the world, because now not only can you tokenize it, but you can fractionalize it for a fraction of the cost of what you would normally pay for, say, you know, a $10 million beach home. Or like what I'm looking at here, not just in Thailand and Tokyo, but also in Singapore. You can own a piece of this. So the 10 to 12 properties that's owned by the general as manager, and Papa John, Diamond Nuts Sr., is also owned by thousands of members around the world, freedom fighters from nations all across the country. And we're basically just having one big party. So take a look behind me here. got a nightclub going off over here. I've been working all day, by the way. I've been working literally all day. For like the last 10 hours, I've been buried into my laptop. I'm trading a lot of crypto, doing a lot of business planning, strategic planning. I had a lot of phone calls with investors. I just had the pits out in Maui. They stayed about a week in our $30 million development that's there. They're one of my larger investors, really great people, love them. They're amazing. You know who you are, guys. But here, I'll show you, just kind of look at the backdrop here. You can see all the lights. You can see how Asia is just going crazy. Asia is just insane. Tons of money, tons of wealth. You know, Chinese millionaires by the dozen. What's interesting about Singapore, the prime minister was very unloved. He was very controversial. He standardized, for example, English as the primary language, which a lot of people didn't like. And he put in a lot of controls and a lot of rules and instituted a lot of laws that many viewed as authoritarian at the time. But what it ended up building in just the last 50 years is not only one of the most major financial districts that you see behind me in the world, but it's truly a powerhouse of commerce, of new money, of technology, and honestly, something that's so amazing you'd have to see it with your own eyes. So, I mean, take a look at this financial district. You can see here, you've got some of the traditional names, like we see Citigroup, which you probably can't see on camera. Some of the old money, right? There's Citigroup, HSBC, we see DBS. But in addition to the old money, which is dying, the dinosaur, archaic, old money of finance, you've got new money. So one of the things I've always thought was super cool about Singapore is that, you know, blockchain had already been and started to be utilized years and years ago, while other people were wondering what Bitcoin was when I was speaking on stages in 2018. And even long before that, Singapore had already adopted it. It was already mainstreaming. It was already mainlining into, you know, mainstream economic function. And this is what I think a lot of Americans just don't understand, is they don't understand how the entire world has shifted, and America essentially is being left behind. Like, for example, Donald Trump, who I hope gets into the White House, and I'm praying for him. And we know the guy's constantly under attack, but like, his primary mission statement should be to adopt Bitcoin. He didn't even list it in his top 20. Did you notice that? He didn't even list it in his top 20, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if he's not adopting Bitcoin, if he's not mainstreaming blockchain, then I don't know what he's doing, because the rest of the world is in pure domination mode right now. Singapore, the currency, is the strongest currency in the world. So the currency exchange rate is now 75 cents to USD to the Singapore dollar. Why? Because, well, USD is trash. USD isn't worth anything, but Singapore dollars are. Now, I'm not a big fan of fiat at all. I'm not a big fan of fiat currency. I prefer crypto and Bitcoin and real money, obviously, decentralized money, real assets. But the point being is the United States is beyond economic financial repair. And so the rest of the world is going to continue to dominate. The rest of the world is going to continue to destroy U.S. economic sovereignty because, well, by design, the United States is being infiltrated and toppled and is essentially collapsing because it's exactly, you know, what the controllers want. Again, demoralization, propaganda, feed the people with lies, destroy the culture, destroy the principles of the United States, destroy liberty, destroy freedom. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could be living your best life along with me and the entire islandproject.com crew. You could be changing your life. You could be getting into real money. You could become the proud owner of islandproject.com with just 30 units minimum. You could be getting in today. I don't know what people are waiting for. Again, we now have members representing multiple nations across the globe. Well, it's flat Earth. I mean, it's not really a globe. And we've never been to space, and we've never been on the moon, of course. But you could be getting in. You could be taking control of your life. You could be building the future. So every idea and invention and new technology came from the seedling of a thought. And it came from somebody who was a revolutionary, who was crazy enough to actually build it. Just like the amazing city that you now see behind me today, that once wasn't popular, that people thought once was crazy to build here, who thought it could never be done. And now we, along with you and God, the digital Noah's Ark, are building quite literally the new city on the hill, where freedom and prosperity and faith and God first leads, where technology leads, where we are utilizing the best of the best minds and the best of the best community resource infrastructure that's ever been developed. So one of the reasons why I'm also here is because, of course, as we tokenize islandproject.com on the blockchain, one of our major satellites and strategic advantages will be our contacts in Asia. Now, I won't give you all the names, but again, I've been in Bitcoin for quite some time. And so we've been planning on this trajectory and this moment to dominate and to 1000x what we've been doing to build. I don't know about you, but I want to be free. I don't know about you guys tuning in, but I want complete control of my own destiny. I want to be able to go out there as a true entrepreneur, as a family man, as a father, as a warrior for Christ, and I want to go out and live my destiny. I want to be great, just like Donald Trump says. I want to change the world. I want to build the new shining city on the sea, which is why I invented the Island Project and the Digital Noah's Ark, commanded by Jesus Christ, our Lord, because we are building the next shining city on the sea. But it will be something completely different and unexpected from what has been built in the past. Again, decentralized, distributed systems, sub-economies of the sovereign man and woman, the sovereign individual that's based on a community infrastructure and faith-first members that have common ideals, that have a common vision, that have balls, what I call diamond nuts, and diamond ovaries, that are truly willing to change the ball game of everything that it means to be alive, to be a human being, to have humanity, to have love, to have family. Hey kids, how you doing? You guys enjoying yourself? Just chilling? Awesome. So what do you think, man? We're looking over all of Malaysia. What's up, Michael?
What's up, Michael? How you doing, Michael? Here we are. We're just hanging out.
What do you think? Pretty cool? Pretty awesome, man. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. They're good swimmers, by the way. So, anyways, guys, I love you. It's been a long day, and now we're, blowing off some steam here with Mini Maverick right here. Mini Maverick's blowing off some steam along with the general here in Singapore. Friggin' booyah, baby. So, we're optimists. That's what you need to understand about us, ladies and gentlemen. We're optimists. So, build the future with us. Take your freedom back. Take your life back. Have some freaking fun. And do it during disruption and economic calamity. Look, when I bought Bitcoin, I did it during the economic collapse of 2008 and 09, during when it wasn't obvious, during when people were super frightened of what was going to happen next. Kind of like basically where we are now. People have the uncertainty of the election, the uncertainty of Trump. They've got the uncertainty of who's going to be in power. They don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, Trump was almost physically taken out the other day. They don't know what's going to happen, so they're failing to act. They're failing to invest. And I think this might be a lot of you tuning in. You're failing to take action when you could be living your life. You're failing to invest when you could be 1000xing. You're failing to buy islandproject.com and Bitcoin when you could be getting rich and living your best life, and you could be doing it all for God in service of the King. Because again, no one cares about your net worth, guys. No one cares about the numbers on a screen. What you should care about is doing powerful things to change the world and helping to build something incredible. Don't just do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Do it for your families, even when it's unpopular, even when the critics come out and the cynics, just like they did with the Prime Minister here in Singapore, you know, decades ago when he had this vision. And he's done an incredible job. Things might not be perfect, but we could learn, you know, some things in America about order, about class, about education. Singapore math is best in the world, by the way. I mean, kids are extremely smart here. They limit video games to just 1 hour a day here as well. So they're not stupid people. These are extremely smart people. And they've also created such amazing international focus, investment, and energy. You've got people from all over the world, from Europe, America, the United States, Australia. I mean, the list goes on and on. Hong Kong, other parts of Asia, Thailand, where we just came from. And it's really changing it's changed the fabric of international commerce. So how do you participate in an international investment with very low risk? You buy islandproject.com. How do you buy the next 1000x tokenization? You buy islandproject.com. How do you lead with faith forward along with the general and his entire team that's turnkey, this entire amazing opportunity for all of you tuning in? You click the link below and you invest in islandproject.com. How do you stay at properties? You invest in islandproject.com. You could be hanging out in this pool with me right now. You could be in Maui or Park City or Oahu and all these amazing locations that we've already bought. You could be a proud owner of the 12 properties that we have diversified all around the world. You could be a buyer of the next acquisition, which is under contract, not just in Tokyo, but Singapore and Thailand and Bali Booyah, ladies and gentlemen. Or you could be doing nothing, you know, waiting to see what happens with the vote. You could be waiting for a little bit more economic certainty, but by then all the profits will be gone. Again, I didn't make my money because I wasn't a risk taker. I didn't make, I'm just speaking for myself, my money because I waited for everybody to give me the green light. I didn't become an All-American in water polo and swimming because I was waiting for somebody to give me approval before taking the shot. No, I took the shot. I won the match. I won the race, and so should all of you tuning in. So again, I urge you to really educate yourself on how the world is changing today. All these significant changes that are taking place, you must look at them as opportunities for your own success. So become successful and start now with this video, with the seedling of an idea to change your life and to change the world and to be the ripple that is the tidal wave of islandproject.com, that is the 1000x, that is the digital Noah's Ark, that is the freedom fighters, that is the ballers, that is the love, that is the hope, that is the passion. And again, as I tell you guys, look, it's not about what the world sells. It's not about the consumerism. It's not about chasing things that aren't real. It's about building real 1000x kingdom wealth. You can all do it. I've done it. I'm doing it now. I'm not waiting or asking for permission. It's being done. So Papa John, he's out here too, by the way. I think he's, I don't know, where did he head to today? I think he's out in Malaysia or something right now. We're all doing it. Our members are balling. We're all doing it. So become a member. I love you guys. Not financial advice. I have to say that. Read our terms and disclaimers in the box below. I'm not a financial advisor. Of course, I'm just rich because I've been telling people about Bitcoin and investing in it since 2010. Of course, I've spoken on international stages all around the world, not just Singapore, Booyah, but many other places in North America and Los Angeles. I've met and know all of the Bitcoin ballers, every single last one of them. And I've been doing this a very long time, which is why I know what I'm talking about. Like, again, I don't pretend to be an expert in everything, but the things that I know, I'm an expert. And I'm telling you, you're going to miss out on this world-changing, life-impacting, everlasting opportunity to become bigger than yourself, to join a community that is truly changing the world, to do it before everybody else, to become part of something special that truly is good, and to empower and equip yourself with the tools that you're going to need for success in an ever-changing, disruptive environment that is moving towards a lot of tyranny, which the general doesn't put up with. So as they move forward with the totalitarian police state, as they move forward with the surveillance state, I'm telling you to opt out. I'm telling you to not comply. I'm telling you to get rich because you need to be rich. You need to be spiritually kingdom rich. You need to be economically rich. You need to be intelligently rich. You need to be spiritually rich. You need to be rich in all the amazing qualities and things that have been God's gifts to humanity. And you only got one shot. You taking the shot? Buy the Rolex and the Lamborghini, again, of tokenized real estate, of the first true fractional ownership with just 30 units minimum. We accept crypto, of course, and prefer it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I see crypto pumping tonight as well. That's why I was buying a lot of crypto earlier this morning, because I really felt that things are super oversold right now, and I'm always buying when everyone else is selling. I don't know about you, but buy low, never sell. Tokenize that. All right, boys and girls, General loves you. Time for a little R&R with the kids. And here, I'll close you out here with this moonshot. There's the moon, baby. Going to the freaking moon. Is World War III here? Yeah, it is. It's an economic World War III. It's a financial World War III. It's a hyperinflationary World War III. It's a World War III in Israel. It's a World War III in Iran. It's a freaking World War III. But what you gonna do about it, Willis? Get in and click the link below. I have the links later. I don't know. I'm kind of lazy right now, but islandproject.com. The digital. Noah's Ark.